Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Alumni Awards Ceremony for 2021. I'm Stephanie Young. I'm honored to be your host for this evening. As the Senior Vice President for Advancement and Alumni Affairs, it's an honor to be with each of you this evening. We wanted to start tonight by sharing an inspiring video that really shows the incredible impact of what Baylor College of Medicine has done this past year.
2020 was a year that changed everything. At times, our faith and hope were put to the test. Our lives were forced to change in an instant. Businesses closed and jobs were lost. Families told to stay home, unable to visit their loved ones. But amidst all the chaos, Baylor has been there for you every step of the way. Our researchers and scientists worked around the clock to discover breakthrough treatments. From the lab to human trials, our COVID-19 vaccine candidate reached an important milestone that could lead to a safe, effective, and affordable vaccine. Baylor was there for you, not only leading, but creating the standards of medical practice. We provided safe, reliable tests to thousands of people, conducted blood plasma trials to treat the most critically ill, used wastewater testing to predict where the next breakout would occur. We developed policies to help schools and businesses reopen. Our experts were counted on as trusted advisors for the entire nation. And when it felt like there was nowhere else to turn, we continued to fight, because our research has taught us that our strength is meeting unmet medical needs.
Wow, what an incredible, incredible video. You can clearly see the work that Baylor and the entire community has devoted to the pandemic. Such an honor to work here and be here. Thank you all for your part in your service. Next, I'm pleased to introduce Dr. Paul Klopman, President, CEO, and Executive Dean of Baylor College of Medicine. Dr. Klopman has been at the helm since 2010 and has provided incredible leadership during this journey, especially through the COVID pandemic. Dr. Klopman, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Stephanie. It's my pleasure to welcome everyone tonight to the 2021 Alumni Awards Ceremony to celebrate the achievement of Baylor alumni. This has been a challenging year for everyone. I'm sure it has been for everyone in the audience. It certainly has been a challenging one for us. And we couldn't do it without the support of our community. You are really our product. You represent us throughout the country. And so we're really very much dependent upon you all as a community. We've done a lot this year. We were the first ones to develop testing. We were doing the qPCR testing for the city, for the county. We developed the antibody test to do a prevalence study that's been used in the city and the county. We've been working with Rice University in the city in our microbiome group to try and look at an early warning system to look at the virome in the entire community and hot spots. So we've been participating a lot in managing this pandemic. We've been advising the mayor, the county judge, our representatives, both state and federal, on appropriate policies. We've been helping businesses open, and we've created curricula for the schools to safely open and to teach kids around public health. So Baylor has been a giant part of the community, as you would expect. As alums, you would understand that. We continue to do well as an institution. Our NIH numbers look great. In addition to that, our rankings continue to be outstanding, and for the first time ever, we were ranked in all 8 specialty programs by U.S. News and World Report. So lots of very positive news for the school. We're excited for the future for the school, and we want you to be part of it. Look forward to seeing you all when we can get together in person. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Klopman, for those incredible words. We appreciate your leadership. Last year, our Alumni Awards Ceremony was canceled, unfortunately, due to the pandemic. We wanted to take a quick moment and recognize and acknowledge our 2020 winners. I encourage you to get to know each of our wonderful recipients by watching their videos, which you can find on our new platform, BCM Alumni Connect. Before we move on, I want to give a special thanks to our Alumni Executive Committee, led by Dr. Jim Lomax. Dr. Lomax and the entire team volunteered their time to review all the award materials, and you can imagine how long that took. We're extremely grateful for their leadership and their partnership as we move forward with this evening's awards ceremony. Let's get started. Baylor College of Medicine's Alumni Awards recognizes alumni, faculty, and students at Baylor College of Medicine for excellence in achievement and service. Award categories and criteria are established by the Executive Committee of the Alumni Association. Our first award of the evening is the Young Alumnus Award. I'm so excited to find out who the winner is. The Young Alumnus Award is presented to an alumni who embodies the mission areas of the college. They have to be under 46 to be eligible, but they also have to be an incredible, incredible alum. The Young Alumnus Award for the School of Health Professions goes to Emily Meisner. We'll hear from our honoree in just a moment. But first, let's take a moment to listen to a message from her classmate, Kristen Norris, who nominated her.
Hi, I'm Kristen Norris, class of 2014 Baylor graduate. It was my pleasure to nominate my colleague and former classmate, Emily Meisner, to receive the Young Alumnus Award for the School of Health Professionals. Emily is a skilled clinician in her field of pediatric neurosurgery. Her clinical acumen and knowledge base have been recognized at a national level. She has made significant contributions to research, participating in both clinic and primary research. Emily also enjoys giving back, serving as a mentor for physician assistant students. She is passionate, committed, and an exceptional alumnus. Congratulations, Emily.
Being honored as the Young Alumni this year, it just means so much to me. In this past year, we've seen healthcare providers really rise to the occasion and carry our society forward. So this year, more than ever, it really means the world to me. Baylor to me has always meant just a standard of excellence. Ever since I began my training in the PA program, from day one, there was just an expectation that you always give and do your best. And that was very clear in the classroom and in research, and really allowed me to carry that forward into seeing patients and now in my own practice. And I really think about that standard of excellence and how I care for my patients and in the attitude I set with my team, and really use that as a bar to how I practice medicine.
Congratulations, Emily. We're so proud of you, and we look forward to seeing continued success in your career. We know we'll see good things from you. Our second award for the evening is to honor another incredible young alumnus from the School of Medicine. The winner of the Young Alumnus Award for the School of Medicine goes to Dr. Eric Silberfein. We will hear from Dr. Silberfein in just a moment, but first we have a video message from Dr. Todd Rosengart, his nominee. Dr. Rosengart?
Hi, I'm Dr. Todd Rosengart, chair of the Mike Lee DeBakey Department of Surgery, and I'm thrilled to have been able to nominate Dr. Eric Silberfein to receive the Young Alumnus Award In his role as Associate Program Director of our General Surgery Program, Dr. Silbervine's passion for the educational mission has truly been incredible and has been persistent and consistent over many years. He is universally and repeatedly acclaimed as one of our great faculty members, our great role models, and truly an inspiration not only for our residents, but for our faculty as well. I am honored to have Eric as a member of our department and a member of our Baylor family. And I am so grateful to the Baylor Alumni Society for recognizing him with this award. Thank you.
I'm incredibly humbled by this award. I know that there are so many wonderful alumni of this institution who have done such amazing things. It's quite a humbling and it's quite an honor to be given this award. Baylor is like a family to me. You know, I spend a lot of time here at Baylor and working at the hospital with my residents, my students. And sometimes it feels like I spend more time here at Baylor with this family than I do with my family at home. But Baylor is a big family. It's a wonderful environment where people are very supportive of each other, collaborative, always looking to do the right thing. I love that about Baylor. The work environment is incredibly stimulating. What we have here at Baylor and our hospitals at Baylor is really second to none. From a place to practice medicine, it's really a wonderful place. And having been here now almost 20 years, it's really become like a second home to me.
Congratulations, Dr. Silberfine. We're so proud of you. Thank you for your leadership. Our next award of the evening, the Distinguished Service Award, is presented to alumni for outstanding service to Baylor College of Medicine or to the Alumni Association. This year, I'm very pleased to announce that Dr. Yvonne Chu is our winner. But first, a special message from the person who nominated her.
Hello, I am Sylvia Arango-Denia, professor in the Department of Ophthalmology at Baylor College of Medicine. I first met Yvonne as a medical student rotating on my glaucoma service. I was immediately impressed with her dedication to patients and leadership skill. During her tenure as the ophthalmology chief at the Ben Taub, Yvonne has shown an amazing commitment to indigent patient and resident education. She always strives to improve the eye clinic by increasing space, patient encounters, and personnel. I have been part of the Ben Taub system as a resident, a student, and a faculty member for 35 years. The changes I have observed that have evolved under Dr. Chu's direction over the last 16 years are incredible. Congratulations, Yvonne, well deserved.
I am truly and deeply humbled and have been nominated and to being considered for this prestigious award. What does Baylor mean to me? Well, Baylor means community. I think we are a community of like-minded, goal-driven colleagues who are all focused on our three important missions: clinical care, teaching, and research. And all of us are devoting to achieving excellence in all of those three missions. My privilege is to be working at Ben Taub. I'm privileged to see those most in need in Harris County and to train the next generation of ophthalmologists who will carry with them the ideals, the traditions, and the legacy of Baylor as they move to other places around the world to help improve the lives of so many of their patients and creating an even greater Baylor community. I think for me as a first generation immigrant myself, I know firsthand the struggles that the population here at Ben Taub really face. It's been extremely rewarding for me to be able to help those that are less fortunate, the indigent of this community, and to really help improve their lives. It's been a tremendous experience for me here, and every day I get to come to work and really work with great people.
Thank you, Dr. Chu. We appreciate your leadership. Now to our next award for the evening, the Humanitarian Award. I'm pleased to say that there are actually two winners this year in this category. The award is presented to an alumni for their outstanding service to mankind. Our first honoree is Dr. Gary Card. Here to tell us a little bit about his accomplishments is Dr. Austin King. Austin?
Hi, I'm Dr. Austin King. Dr. Gary Card in 1993 first joined a medical mission team, very small one, from his church in Houston to the Indians in Antigua, Guatemala. And over the next 25 years, he formed this mission group into what is called Faith in Practice. And today, Faith in Practice sends medical mission teams every 2 to 3 weeks to Guatemala. Now, I know that all of us can say that we impact patients with the personal care that we give them, but very few of us can say that we impact the medical care for an entire country. So I am very privileged to have nominated Dr. Gary Card for the Humanitarian Award. Congratulations, Gary.
It's just a wow moment, an incredible honor to be recognized by my medical alma mater, my classmates, and the alumni of Baylor College of Medicine. It just greatly enhances the immense gratification I've already had and experienced practicing in my specialty of ENT, working with my wonderful partners at Houston Ear, Nose, Throat Clinic, working with all the medical professionals at all levels of medicine, and of course, with all the amazing selfless volunteers and staff of Faith in Practice. And I'm especially grateful for the many amazing experiences and friendships I've encountered during my career, including the opportunity to save with Faith in Practice in its life-changing mission in Guatemala. So it's just a icing on the cake, so to speak.
Our second honoree for the Humanitarian Award goes to Dr. John Sherman. But first, we have a very special message for Dr. Sherman for someone who knows him quite well.
Hello, I'm Sue Sherman. I have been married to my husband, John, Dr. Sherman, for more than 50 years. I was so excited to nominate him to possibly receive this award. In 1979, our pastor asked Dr. Sherman to take some church members to Mexico to explore the possibility of a third world medical ministry. The program grew and we formed Christian Hands in Action, or CHIA as it's known by today, and then expanded into Central and South America. Over the next 40 years, Dr. Sherman and CHIA took hundreds of volunteers to countries in the Western Hemisphere, as well as several times to Africa and India. Congratulations, honey. I love you very much.
When I started practice, I started working at a mission hospital. And there I met my wife of 53 years, who was a mission nurse. Christian Hands in Action was formed in early 80s. And out of that, we've been on 5 continents working with medical dental optometric trips, but also building orphanages. We've moved millions of dollars of medical equipment to primarily Africa, South and Central America. This ministry has really, of course, I guess, been the defining part of both my life and Susie's. And of course, this award that I'm receiving really is an award for both her and me, as she has been the guiding hand behind me and on all of this. So that's been really the greatest thing of our existence and in the practice of medicine.
Now, on to our Distinguished Faculty Award. This is a very prestigious award that is presented to a Baylor faculty member who makes outstanding contributions through clinical service, research, education, and/or administrative leadership. Our first honoree of the evening is Dr. Michael Belfort. Dr. Belfort has had a long career here at Baylor College of Medicine, but before we hear from him, let's hear from his nominator.
I am Manju Manga, and it was with the greatest admiration and enthusiasm that I, along with Drs. Charlie Kilpatrick and Christina Davidson, nominated Dr. Michael Belfort for the Distinguished Faculty Award. Dr. Belfort has spearheaded the Fetal Surgery Center at Baylor and the Center for Morbidly Adherent Placenta. With these teams, he developed clinical algorithms and evidence-based care plans that have led to innovations in fetal care and improved maternal outcomes. He has also been instrumental in the success of the Baylor Women's Global Health Initiative, which now includes full-time faculty based in Malawi, where they have established one of the world's premier fistula repair centers. We are so honored to work with Dr. Belfort. Congratulations.
I'm humbled, obviously. I think the Distinguished Faculty Award is something that is highly prized, and being included in this group of people is a huge honor for me, and very, very grateful for being one of the recipients. Some of my most cherished memories have been now 30 years later, to be at a meeting and have somebody come up to me and say, "You trained me, and I still do things the way that you trained me." And I'm so grateful for what Baylor College of Medicine and Ben Taub Hospital gave me in the formative part of my career. I think those sorts of things, as you reaching the latter part of your career, to realize that you've trained a generation of people who are themselves training others, and that this knowledge is being passed on. Well, those meetings are probably the highlights of my career.
Our second honoree for the Distinguished Faculty Award tonight is Dr. David Wesson. Before we hear from him, I'd like to share a short video message from the physician who nominated him for this distinguished honor.
Hello, I'm Ellen Friedman, and it was my privilege to nominate Dr. David Wesson for the Distinguished Faculty Award. Dr. Wesson's determination to address pediatric trauma in Texas Children's enabled us to obtain the Level 1 Trauma Center designation, which has dramatically improved pediatric care in Houston. Consistent with his interest in trauma, Dr. Wesson, after rigorous research, developed the first pediatric bicycle helmet program in the world. He has empowered his students and his mentees. He consistently puts others ahead of his own personal needs. I am certain that Dr. Wesson's presence has encouraged many medical students to pursue a surgical career and to always strive for excellence. Thank you and congratulations, Dr. Wesson.
When I joined the faculty back in 1997, I already knew about the high quality and worldwide reputation of the Department of Surgery at Baylor. So I felt honored, but I also saw a huge opportunity to make a difference. In 1997, we did not have a comprehensive pediatric abdominal organ transplant program. We did not have a Level 1 pediatric trauma center for children, and there was no fetal surgery program. But all of that has changed. We now have one of the best liver and kidney transplant programs for children in the country, a Level 1 pediatric trauma center, and we have a fetal surgery program that is leading the field. These advances were not my doing. Many people contributed, but I did play a role, and I feel grateful to Baylor for the opportunity to make a difference. Since coming to Baylor, I have seen excellence everywhere, in the administration, the academic leadership, the scientists, the clinical faculty, and the students and trainees. So to be recognized with this award in this amazing community of excellence is very meaningful to me.
Congratulations again, Dr. Wesson. We're so proud of you. Our honoree for the Distinguished Alumnus Award for the School of Medicine is Dr. Sue Cox. Before we hear from Dr. Cox, I'd like to share a special video message from fellow alumna, Dr. Jane Edmond.
I'm Jane Edmond, fellow Baylor graduate from the class of 1985. I was honored to nominate Dr. Sue Cox to receive the Distinguished Alumnus Award. Dr. Cox, as the planning dean, led a small working group as the principal architect of the curriculum for Dell Medical School. This team of 3 faculty members grew into what is now the Dell Medical School Department of Medical Education and Faculty Affairs. Her impact on the future of medicine, medical education, and community will be part of the legacy of Baylor College of Medicine for generations. The fact that Dell Medical School has received national recognition for its curriculum is due to the tireless effort and passionate commitment of Dr. Sue Cox. Many congratulations, Sue, on this richly deserved honor.
Baylor means a lot to me. Baylor meant the beginning of a lifelong career doing something that I loved, taking care of women and educating the next generation of physicians. My education at Baylor really was the foundation for my career. I've always loved to teach, I think even back in high school and college, but my training at Baylor created the framework for lifelong learning and teaching and launched my academic career in OB-GYN, high-risk pregnancy, and then in education. I could be here for 6 days naming everybody that's influenced me, but I'd like to highlight 3. Bob Andrew was my high school biology teacher, and he instilled the love of science in me. Dr. James Glenn is an obstetrician gynecologist that I worked with in the operating room while I was in college. He demonstrated such compassion and caring for his patients that my interest in medicine was piqued and I was reeled in. But then the most supportive and influential person in my life is my soulmate, my best friend, and my husband, Doug Morris.
Well, clearly we can see why Dr. Cox won this award. Thank you, Dr. Cox, for your leadership at the Dell Medical School and for all that you're doing for people everywhere. We're so grateful and honored to have you with us this evening. Our second honoree for the Distinguished Alumnus Award for the School of Medicine goes to Dr. Stanley Crook. But first, let's see a short video from the person who nominated him for this award.
I am Neil, and it was with immense pleasure and honor that I nominated Dr. Stanley Crook to receive this Distinguished Alumnus Award. Dr. Crook founded Ionis Pharmaceuticals, where he developed a series of technologies to optimize the delivery, safety, efficacy, and effectiveness of antisense oligonucleotide. This led to the launch of nusinersen to treat spinal muscular atrophy as the first approved drug for this disease. This breakthrough approval provided the foundations and the inspirations for this new category of therapies in many genetic diseases, as well as other medical areas. Congratulations, Dr. Crook.
To me, I think of three things that Baylor gave me that really have mattered. The first was, even as a student, exposure to patients and the responsibility for patients was incredible. That was by far the best way to learn, and I've used what I learned every single day of my career. The second was the students. While doing other things, I was on the faculty for 25 years and just had wonderful relationships with the students. And then the third is, at the time I was at Baylor, it was very entrepreneurial. That is, free, not limited by previous success. And I hope that continues to thrive at Baylor. It really made it very special. At Baylor, I was introduced to science at the advancing edge of science and the privilege of taking care of patients. The rest of my life, I've never forgotten that I work for the patient, and I couldn't have hoped to have done any of this without what I learned at Baylor.
Thank you, Dr. Crook. What an incredible, incredible career journey. Clearly, your impact will be felt for generations to come. Our final and most prestigious award of the evening is for Lifetime Achievement. This award recognizes an individual who has achieved incredible service throughout their career. It is a privilege and honor for me this evening to announce tonight's winner, somebody I know and who many of you know, Dr. Major Bradshaw. Before Dr. Bradshaw speaks, I'd love to share this video from Dr. Donald Donovan, who nominated him.
My name is Don Donovan, and it was with great enthusiasm and distinct honor that I nominated Dr. Major Bradshaw for the Lifetime Achievement Award. Dr. Bradshaw is a Baylor lifer. After completing medical school and residency at Baylor and a fellowship at the NIH, Major began an illustrious career in the BCM Department of Medicine as an expert in infectious disease. An astute clinician, a gifted teacher, and a humble leader, he went on to serve Baylor's students, residents, faculty, and staff in numerous capacities. He served as Dean of Students for 20 years and Dean of Medical Education for 7 years before becoming the founding dean at the University of Botswana Medical School in Central Africa, with former students and residents. Over 5 decades, Major has been a physician, mentor, and friend to countless patients, learners, faculty, and staff. His kindness, wisdom, and modesty has had a profound impact on everyone fortunate enough to know him. I believe his tireless service to Baylor and the profession of medicine makes him an ideal recipient of the 2021 Lifetime Achievement Award.
I realize that a Lifetime Achievement Award requires that you live a long time and maybe be around Baylor for just a long time. And I was thinking that it was exactly 60 years ago when I walked into Baylor to be interviewed. So that's a long time. the main thing I remember is outstanding faculty that cared about each one of us and knew each one of us. And the other really striking thing was the amount of things we got to do as hands-on patient care. And that has guided all the efforts I've made in education to have the students really be involved in the patient's care and their personality and communicating with them, because that's what I had at Baylor. My late wife, Susan, taught me how to have fun. She hosted a meal at our house for 20 plus years for every entering student. So she's been a hostess for well over 3,000 students on the first day of Baylor, and usually after the match, a pizza party. The opportunity came to go to Botswana to be the founding dean. And I said, Susan, do you want to move to Botswana for a while? And all she said, what would you do? And I told her, and she said, sure, let's go.
Thank you, Dr. Bradshaw, so much for your wonderful, wonderful words. We're grateful for all that you do. And congratulations to all the award winners. And we're so thankful to each of you and the nominators for all of your contributions. Before we conclude this evening, I'd love to have Dr. Lomax and Dr. Klotman offer a few concluding remarks.
Hello, Baylor alumni. I am Jim Lomax, the president this year of the Baylor Alumni Association, and therefore the chair of the awards selection committee for 2021. Selecting our awardees this year from a truly outstanding and robust group of nominees was an inspiring and interesting, but actually quite difficult challenge. Reading about your diverse and meaningful contributions was a privilege for me and all members of the awards committee. On behalf of that committee and everyone here at Baylor, congratulations for this wonderful recognition, and thank you for your incredible work you do for your patients, for your learners and students, and various communities that you serve.
Thanks, Dr. Lomax, so much. We're so lucky to have you as a leader on our Alumni Association. Dr. Klotman?
Congratulations to all our honorees on behalf of Baylor College of Medicine, and I want to thank our alumni for the outstanding work that you do for us and for your communities each and every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Klotman, again for your leadership. The entire Baylor College of Medicine, the Houston community, and the world is lucky to have you at the helm. Before we conclude tonight, I want to take this opportunity to remind everybody to join us next week for our alumni reunion on April 22nd and 23rd. It is definitely going to be worth your time. Please go online at bcm.edu/reunion to see all the wonderful sessions we have in store. Not only will it allow you to learn, but to reconnect with a lot of your classmates. We hope to see you there. Before we sign off for the evening, it's my pleasure to share a special performance by our student-led choir, Da Cappella. Thank you. Be safe and stay well.
Let me tell you now. When I had you to myself, didn't want you around, but those pretty faces always made you stand out in a crowd. Then someone picked you from the bunch, one glance was all it took, and now it's much too late for me to take a second look. Oh baby, give me one more chance. Now won't you please let me back in your heart. Oh darling, I was blind to let you go, but now since I see you in his arms, Yes, I do now. Ooh, baby. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, baby, now trying to live without your love is one long sleepless night. Let me show you, girl, that I know wrong from right. Every street you walk on, I leave tear stains on the ground. Following the girl, I didn't even want around. Let me tell you now, oh baby, all I need is one more chance. Now won't you please let me back in your heart? Oh darling, I was lying to let you go, but now since I see you in his arms, you're all I want, you're all I need, you're all I want, you're all I need. Show you that I love you, baby, oh baby. I want you back. Oh, darling, I was lying to let you go, but now since I see you in his arms, oh baby, give me one more chance. But now since I see you in his arms, yes I do now. I want you back. Show you that I love you. Won't you please let back in your heart? Da 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 da. Let you go, baby. Now since I see you, I want you back. I want you back. I want you back. I want you back.